So the war, America cannot win the victory. It is impossible for white America to be the victorious in this universal war because of divine intervention against her, although she have enough deadly materials, manufactures to try to win. Can she win against Allah God? She boasts of her materials and being able to destroy the people of Earth 30 times. If she was made left free to use the materials, maybe America could win. But divine die was set against her long before she ever became America. She can try and boast of her ideals of minds to deceive her black slave, but she will deceive herself and them. America is made manifest by Almighty God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, that she is a total deadly enemy against her one slave. For many years I have written that America's greatest sin is her evil done to her black slave. Allah God intends to repay her what she had done. She deceived the black slave right at the point of total destruction. She tried to rule the so-called Negrian with false and temporary promise to offer him high political jobs, to keep him from turning his attention to self and kind. The black politician could and should use this political knowledge to benefit self and kind. White America isolate the messenger of God from their minds, and with the false promise to make them to hate the messenger of God and to work against him, although the messenger of God is working for the interests of the black slave. The eyes and ears of Allah God are open, looking and listening to the actions. It is not necessary for Allah God to use mechanical devices. Allah God is physically will, and He has will, physical eyes and ears. He is capable of seeing and hearing everything we do and say. He has power to defeat us and our plans, which are against His plans. The American slaveholders won't receive the so-called and to believe Him. That Allah God's not paying attention to them. See, the white man wants them to believe that He is the God that they should pay attention to. I warn my people who believe in the idea that the white man is the God that they should pay attention to. You will come up the losers. Allah God is backing me up, and the work He has given me to do, the work He has given me to do is for your own black starvation. If you think that you have starvation with this white man, then go ahead with him. I'm not here to force you against your own will, but I want you to know that if you are looking to white America for your starvation, you are headed with them to your and their destruction. There is no hope for white America to win the war. There is no hope for the black man in the future of white America. For white America have no future for itself. She will not be able to win the war. The scholars, the scientists know that America cannot win. It's not just I alone saying this. The scholars and scientists will tell us America cannot win. We know by divine prophecy that white America cannot win. If it was just Russia, China, Vietnam, and Korea using their judgment on how best to destroy each other, maybe white America could win, for she have as much as they have, and more material scientific preparation. White America is capable of going out of the Earth's atmosphere and to fight them from there, but she will not be able to go out of the atmosphere of the Earth and destroy the black man of the Earth. It is only a mistake that one should believe America's ability to build a way station in the air on the moon, for she not be able to use it against us. For the divine plan is set to destroy her. We have many things out there in space that can be put into action against America or any other nation today. For Allah, God is the greatest. Good morning, my brother. The mother planes. The mother plane was made to destroy this world of evil and to show the wisdom and mighty powers of God who came to destroy an old world and set up a new world. Isaiah 18 verse 1, whom to land shallow with wings. Do you see this? There are planes shallowing the country of America daily on a daily basis. The mother planes. The nature of a new world is righteous. The nature of a new world cannot be righteousness as long as unrighteousness is in its midst. The same type of plane was used by the original God to put mountains on this planet. Allah God, who came in a person, a master fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, as wise as any God before him. As the Bible and Holy Quran teach us, he taught me that this plane will be used to raise mountains on this planet Earth. The mountains that he will put on this earth will not be very high. He will raise these mountains to a height of 1 mile over the United States of America. This reminds us of the prophet prediction at the time of destruction of the old world and the bringing in of a new world. Behold, the Lord makes the earth empty and makes it waste and turn it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. The Bible, Isaiah 24, verse 1. There are plains and various nations today, but this is the mother of them all. Why? Because this type of plane was used before the making of this world. Why should God make such a sign of his power to destroy a nation? Because this is the final destruction of that people who have opposed God and his purpose and aim for justice and righteousness. We see the white race is not a people who was made righteous and then turned to unrighteousness. It was made unrighteous by the God who made them. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that this plane is capable of reaching a height of 40 miles above the earth. His words could have been a sign meaning 40 years in which the plane will go into action, and not referring actually to 40 miles. Allah God does not speak one word that does not have a meaning. Every word that he speaks has a meaning. So we know this plane goes to this earth gravity 40 miles. It comes whenever it needs refueling, whenever it needs this hydrogen and oxygen. The plane goes to earth gravity. So the mother plane, according to what have been described of it by the devil scientists, is capable of not only staying up for a long period of time, but it's also capable of luring the scientists. So we know this plane is capable of staying up for a long period of time. See, this is not no drone, brothers and sisters. A drone can't stay up for a long period of time. See, they know what this is. They don't want to tell you what this is. The government has failed. So has Christianity failed you. So has this whole world leader failed you. And they have not come to a conclusion. You see, they want to attack and destroy it. But if a plane did get close enough to attempt to carry out this purpose, it would be destroyed instead. See, the white men have learned that this is not a plane to be played with. Planes come out of the mother plane. See, the government is saying, we can't shoot this plane. We can't war against it. They know this, but they fail to tell you this. But they know they can't war with this plane because other planes come out of this mothership. In 1930, the Canadian newspaper report that they saw the whale mother plane and came down out of the sky. They admitted that it looks like a great city, and that something came down from it. It appears to be a tube, but that tube-like thing went up again. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that the 6 months to a year, the mother plane come into gravity of the earth. It takes on oxygen and hydrogen in order to prevent it to stay out of the earth gravity until it needs refueling again. Ezekiel prophecy of the will. Ezekiel saw the mother plane in a vision. According to the Bible, he looked up and saw this plane, Ezekiel 1:16, and he called it a wheel because it was made like a wheel. A plane that is well shaped can turn in any direction at any time. He admitted that the plane was so high that it looks dreadful. And he cried out, "O will," Ezekiel chapter 10:13. Ezekiel saw great works going on in the wheel and 4 living creatures. And the work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And when the living creatures went, the will went with them. And when the living creatures was lifted up from the earth, the will was lifted up. Ezekiel 1:19. So we see the four creatures that Ezekiel described very well. And I'm going to give you guys the four creatures are the black, brown, red, and yellow. See, the red will have an equal part once the native Indians turn to his redeemer. See, the white have no kin. So Ezekiel had experience seeing the four creatures. This will be the power of the lifting up of the four creatures was in the will. The four creatures represent the four colors of the original people of the earth. There are five great powers of the nation of the earth. These five great powers are the black, brown, yellow, red, and white are the four original powers. See, the red is not an equal power. The vision shows that the four creatures being lifted up from the earth. And when the will was lifted up, they was lifted up. And when the will stood, they stood. This means that they waited upon the movement of the will. In Ezekiel's vision concerning the will, he says that he heard the voice of one tell the others to take coal of fire and to scatter over the cities. To take coal, now listen, to take coal of fire and to scatter over the cities. This means bombs. It could mean fire too, however. See, I'm going to tell y'all, they are here to drop bombs on the city. I hate to be so blunt with you, but listen to me. Listen to me. I need you guys to listen. Now, the government failed to tell you, but they are here to drop fire into the city and bombs on the city. This is why we're seeing fire at Malibu. We're seeing fire are erupting. This is why we're seeing these things. This is why, if you notice, the factories, the chocolate factories and stuff like that, it's because it will be the work of the will. It will scatter over the city. See, this is the work of the will. Now, it says here, it could mean fire too, however. The plan is to drop bombs which will automatically be timed to burrow quickly to a position of 1 mile below the surface of the earth where they are timed to explode. Allah God taught me that these bombs are not to be dropped into the water. They are to be dropped only on the city. It will be the work of the will. The will is the power of the four creatures, namely the four colors of the black man, the black, brown, red, and yellow. See, the red Indians is the benefit also for the judgment of the world. We must remember that God comes to separate from the righteous that which is hindering the righteous from making progress, and destroy the effect of the poison of that which have opposed the righteous. The effect of the poison will be fully destroyed at the destruction of the source of the poison which hath poisoned the righteous. It's like one being bitten by a rattlesnake. Quickly, medication is administered in order to minimize the effect of the poison upon flesh and blood until a complete cure is effected and the patient is well again. It is useless to try to ignore Ezekiel's vision of the will, for the make and destructive works of the will was foretold before it came to pass. The disbelievers believe that which he see present and not that which is prophesied to come. That is why he is the losers and take the course to hell, because he disbelieved in that which is prophesied to come about in a particular day. This is what the enemy is trying to do today with the black man. He is fascinating him with sport and play and doing the evil to keep him from going to the God who is present. You would never thought the day will come when you see your wife, mother, an old gray-headed woman walking down the streets today, half nude. A few years ago, they would not have dared to come out into the public like that. But now they do so because the devil has put his approval on this kind of entire. The desire to please the devil, to do whatever the devil bid them to do. The devil desire to take the black man with him to his doom. Let us not classify the prophet as liars, ignore the prophecy, we may cause ourselves destruction through belief in the devil instead of belief in the God of righteousness. There is no equal of the mother plane. This is the reason why she is called the mother plane. The mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying the present world. She has no equal. So listen to me. The mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying the present world. She has no equal. So they don't let them tell you nothing different. The mother plane, listen to me, was made to destroy this present world. Don't let these people tell you nothing different. Because we are seeing, we know for a fact why they're here. So don't let them tell you anything different. The mother plane is made for the purpose of destroying this present world. She has no equal. Do not be surprised at the make of this plane, since it is from the God who made the universe of floating planets and stars, which are supported only by the power of Allah and their rotation and their orbits. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me that the mother plane is a little human-made planet. Now listen, the mother plane is a little human-made planet. Why is Revelation saying 21 that God's bringing in a new Jerusalem? And I'm telling you that the mother plane is a new human-made planet. I seen the ships. I seen the mother plane with my own vision. Inside these ships, there are many rooms. There are many rooms. God's going to bring us home. He's going to bring us home. They don't want to see. This how evil these people is. They don't want to tell you nothing about the mother plane. They was warned with the mother ships back in '96. During that time, you had America, Russia, China, Vietnam, North Korea. You had everyone getting along at that time to go against the mothership. But they are so highly advanced. Their technology makes America technology looks like child's play, in other words. So we ain't going to go there. It is not simple for Allah God to make a new planet if he wants to. The mother plane is capable of staying out of the Earth's gravity for a whole year. She is capable of producing her own oxygen and hydrogen, as any planet is able to do. The mother plane carrying the same type of bombs on her that our black scientists dropped on the planet Earth to bring up mountains out of the Earth after the planet Earth was created. You see, this knowledge of how to do this have not been given to the world right way. See, this knowledge had never been given to this right race of people. See, the knowledge of the world is limited. If the devil would get this kind of knowledge, we could just say that we are goers. However, they are not able to attain this kind of knowledge today. What does a 6-day-old baby white race look like trying to compete with a 6-year-old child black nation? But the 6-year-old child can run all out in the yard and play. He eats solid food. The power of the 6-day-old baby is limited. The knowledge and power of this world life white race is limited. The world of the white man was made from what he found and what he has seen and learned it from the work of the original black man. The white race is far from being able to equal the power and wisdom of the original black man. The mother plane and her work is a display of the power and the mighty God, Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, is the wisest and best knower. He is the mightiest of them all. Old Will, said the prophet Ezekiel, she was so high up in the sky that she looks dreadful. She is capable of staying away from you, who plans the destruction of her. She is capable of confusing you, who try to reach her with your means of destruction. There are scientists on the mother plane who knows what you are thinking about. Before the thought materialized, we see the Holy Quran, Surah 50:16. Therefore, it is impossible to try to attack the mother plane. She can attack you, but you cannot attack her. The mother plane can hide behind other stars and make herself invisible to the eyes because she does not have to wait on the power from the earth. She can produce her own power to go wherever she desires to go in space. The mother plane is not like the little bullets or cameras, which are powered by limited powers. The Bible prophesies that today Allah God wished to be made known to us that he is God. He wished to be respected as the supreme God. He wished all life in the universe to know that he is the greatest. The Muslim recognize Allah God to be the greatest. You always repeat, you are the greatest. There is no God like unto you. None deserves to be served or worshipped besides you. Almighty will, I repeat that there is plenty to make of the mother plane. There is much to the course operation of her work. Space here in this book is limited, but what Allah God taught me concerning the mother plane can be put into book forms. O will, make to rock the earth and to heap up mountains upon the earth. O will, destroyer of the nation. No wonder the prophet Isaiah prophesies that the earth shall read to and fro like a drunkard. Isaiah 24:20. Let us seek refuge in Allah God from the destructive works to come from this mother of plains. The decision. The Holy Quran, Surah 7:2. The tremendous announcement. The day of decision. We are now living in a time in which we must decide on what shall we do. It is very important that we arrive at a solution, come to a defined agreement. You black men of America are holding back your decision. You're waiting because of the people who have brought this their decision to us by the way of rule. The rule is in a way of injustice. Now the God of justice before us. We must decide upon whether or not we will accept a change of rulers or remain under the present rule that is passing from the scene. We must decide rightly in order to relieve the people of the pressure of injustice. Let our decision be for the benefits of our present and our future generation. We have no objection to that person who makes up his mind to remain in what he is already in. However, this announcement of great importance is laid before you and me so that we may come to some kind of decision, agreement on what we shall do about the truth of this announcement. The announcement is the truth. It's asking us to decide on whether or not we are going to accept the truth, remain in falsehood. It is called the day of decision. Decide this day which God you shall serve, the God of freedom, justice, and equality, or the same old wicked God who Allah God is here to bring an end to. The wicked ruler veiled the eyes of the people with falsehood so that the people may take falsehood for truth and truth for falsehood. This is what the Bible and Holy Quran teach us. Top of the morning, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We see all of the important announcements made by the prophet from Moses to the present day. Enemy of truth had deceived the people and make the people think that they were listening to falsehood. They make the people think that the prophet and his God was too weak to prevail over falsehood with truth. What is said here in his writing is directed to the black man in America. He is the real one who must decide on whether or not to remain in what he is in or accept a better world that is ruled by the God of freedom, justice, and equality. My black brothers, I want you to know that you are in a pitiful condition here in this day in which the announcement is being made to you. Make up your mind about what you are going to do. In plain words, I wish to write here and tell you that you do not have a long time in which to decide on what you want to do. Thinking that you have a long time to decide is the mistake that people made in the past. Noah's people, Lot's people was the losers for ignoring the announcement from these worthy prophets. They waited for they thought that what they had was going to continue to be. We here in America do not have to wait and see, for America is falling up under divine chastisement, and destruction is taking place before your and my eyes. Also, the Bible and Holy Quran prophesies of these days and what is going on. These are the days of judgment of Allah God against the wicked. To see more may mean the end of your life and my life as it was with the people of Noah and Lot who waited to see more. They could not come to the decisive point of agreement. They waited and maybe you too will wait. To wait for the truth to be fulfilled means that we will suffer the consequences of the truth for not accepting the truth. The day of decision. As there was opponents of the prophets in the past, we have opponents of the prophets in this modern time. With all of the warning that was given before these days, we can make our decision so easily. Remember, the people of Noah had no prophets, no scriptures before Noah. Again, remember that even as late as the time of Moses, the people of Moses, the Israelites have no previously scriptures before Moses. You black brothers are better off. We have all of the scriptures that was given to the prophet throughout the whole 6,000 years of the white man on the planet Earth. And then you will be so foolishly as to delay in making a good decision until you see something happen, as the Holy Quran and Bible teach us, until you see the angels come in a cloud of heaven before you make up your mind. But still, probably you will reject that. Surely you will not come in a cloud of heaven. But as the Holy Quran teach you, it will not be a good day for you who are ready for such time. When angels come in the cloud of heaven, they will not be coming to do anything like preaching or giving you further knowledge. It's prophesied that on the day of judgment, the angel will come to execute judgment on you for not believing and to save those who do believe. The preachers, the messengers, is the first to be judged. And angels come to execute judgment on those who did not believe the message. The angels in the time of Lot are a good warning to you today. Those people was lost, for the angels came to execute judgment on opponents and disbelievers of Lot in the city of the plain where he was living. The day of decision only means the resurrection and judgment of the present world, as Jesus prophesied as it was in the days of Noah, Abraham, and Lot. So will it be today. There was eating, drinking, and having a good time, as they call it. But it's not a good time. It's a wicked time. The history teaches us that by waiting there was the losers, but yet it will be the same today. It is the same for what's going on now. You are rejecting this truth and you are accepting falsehood instead. Naturally, the enemy of truth is angry with the bearers of truth, because by nature the enemy was not made of truth. He was made of falsehood. But again, the Bible teaches us that whosoever believes the same shall be saved. This is truth, whether he is white or black. If a white man, woman, boy, or girl believe, even though by nature they are not the real righteous, their faith will get them out of the hell that Allah God threatened this world with, and the time will be prolonged. I'm sure that you know this. They also know this. A remnant of them will escape if they have the faith in Allah, God, and His religion of Islam. As Jesus prophesies in the Bible, that even though the enemy give one of his least one, a believer, a drink of water, and that being an act of goodness, that God will not deprive that act of goodness of His reward. Make up your mind. Come to the right decision. I warn you. When shall we see all things? Jesus prophesied that when we see the fulfillment of the prophecy of this time, then we will know by such acts of the people, strange actions that we have never witnessed before, carry on by the people, know that it is the end is near, even at the door. The Bible prophesies in Daniel and Matthew, saying that this is a time that man has never seen before, and man will never see such time again after this time. Strange happening, the prophecy of Jesus says that parents will be against children, children will be against parents. Do you not see these things being fulfilled today, right in our eyes? Not only are parents against children, children against parents. Parents are murdering their children, and children are murdering their parents. In some family cases, the parents kill their children, and then they commit suicide themselves. This is going on today in this old USA, where the gospel of Jesus is preached every hour of the day, somewhere in their lands. In this time in which we are now living, there is no respect for dignity. President leaving the country to travel far to meet with rulers of foreign countries to discuss the strange things that are happening, the strange things that will happen between the nations. The beautiful, rich country of America, to which many people of Europe and Asia, mind granted, seeking refuge in this country as the prophecy is now coming into fulfillment. In that day and time, everyone will begin to go away from America instead of coming to America. As the Revelation Bible teaches us of the prophecy that they will stand far off and see the fire of her, America, burning. And for fear of it, they would lift up their hands and their voice and they were lambing for her. So we see when we comes to America trades, it would be all cut off, all of her delicate, delicious things that she used to have in trades. It's all gone, brothers and sisters. And 1 hour, one day, it came to pass here in the Western Hemisphere. The most wicked people who ever live on earth are in the Western Hemisphere. And as the Bible teaches us, God says that to him, this is like Solomon and Gomorrah. The Lord God did say that the wickedness of the day of Noah and his people, and Lot and his people, the Starmites, were no more than child's play compared to this wickedness of today. For they are highly educated, they are scientists at making wickedness for themselves. Day and night, up and down the streets, people are killing, murdering each other. We do not know very much about what is going on in Europe. But we do see it right here in this city of Chicago, Illinois. The radio and television announce to the public that murdering, killing are taking place continually. When shall you see all these things? Today there's great disrespect on one another. Mother and her daughters are walking the streets in shame to the public of decent-minded people. They are throwing their clothes aside from their bodies, trying to keep nothing covered but their shame. And some barely cover their shame. As it was in the days of Noah and Lot, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. The Son of Man comes to judge man and mankind. The days have come. As Daniel prophesied, we see Daniel 9:26 and 27. And to the end, the war, desolation are determined. And for the overspreading of abomination, he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Just think about it. At the end of the war, desolation, so that put an end to the hope of those who expect to see a great boost of prosperity after the war. In the days of Noah, children of the Starmites came out happy that morning, and that was the end. They saw a cloud making up. They just considered it was a regular rain cloud, but that was the end. In the Bible prophecy of Jesus, Matthew 24:38 and 39. For as in the days that was before the flood, there was eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew none until the flood came and took them all away. In the time of Noah, the people of Noah was having parties as you are doing today, and that day was the end. In the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, they were so wicked that they were willing to go to war with angels in the house of Lot. The Starmites attacked the angels of God, who had power to destroy the Starmites almost instantly. The Starmites warned that they had been watching the angel visiting the house a lot. A terrible time is gradually approaching us. A time so terrible until it will make children's grave headed. The Holy Quran teaches us. The Bible teaches us that it will be a time never witnessed by man. It will be such time in the hereafter. It is a great time. Day and night, storms are coming in the country. It is storming day and night. Holy Quran prophesies a disaster one right after another. And this we are witnessing with our own eyes. Oh, America. Oh, America. Where shall you flee? The Holy Quran teaches us, black man, to take refuge in Allah. Let people laugh at you if you invite them to do righteousness. They make mock of you doing right. So did the people of Noah and Lot, as it is said so beautiful in Jesus' prophecy, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. When shall you see all these things that now you see? Know that is here. We are living in the end. My black people, I said, fly to Allah God for refuge. Come follow me. I may look weak, but through me you'll find refuge in Allah God. The judgment near. Everywhere that we look and everything that we can think about marks the end of this war. There was never a time in the history of the United States of America, like the president goes out to try to visit the heads of all of the nations that seem to be somewhat his equal. He is like a criminal who had committed a crime. He hopes for mercy from those he had committed the crime against. We cannot escape our doom when it comes to teaching the Holy Quran and the Bible. They showed no mercy at all to the black slave. They treated the black slave worse than any human being had ever been treated. They continue to do so in the face of divine judgment. Remind you of the parable of the rich man and the poor man. As long as the rich man enjoys luxury, cares nothing about luxury for his slave Lazarus. Then at last the rich man falls into poverty. He is unable to get help, even from himself. The Bible said of the poor slave that none helped them. Now the rich man gets in the place of his one slave. The rich man can witness how it feels to be a poor man. The parable said at last the rich man dies. In hell he lifted up his eyes. He saw his slave in the blossom of heaven. The heaven that slave had been promised that he would get into. Such a beautiful heaven that the poor slave was lolling around in. The rich man cried out to his slave to share hell with him. He asked the slave to bring him a drop of water in hell. He knew that if the slave tried to get to hell with a drop of water, the slave would never get to heaven. The rich man will be happy if he receive a drop of water to ease his pain and torment. But if the slave could not come to him with a drop of water, then go to some of the rich man's brother, who the rich man knew was bound to get a taste of the same hell that the rich man was in. The rich man said, Father Abraham, if you will not let Lazarus come to me, then send him to my brothers, in words to say they are bound to get hell too. So I say to you, time is not far off. This parable is now in the working. I said to you, my black brothers, Lazarus tried to stay in the blossom of Abraham, because no man came to us, as the Bible teaches us. No man came to this poor Lazarus lost found. No one aided him. I have been begging for help, to borrow money, saying that we would give extreme interest. No one have come to our aid yet. The white men have tried to prevent everyone who would give us a little help. So Allah God came to help us from ourselves. May Allah God bless us to do His will, and bless us to please Him. For Allah God is the only hope that we have. I do not care what interest we offer. No one wanted to loan us. They know that we are well worth the loan, but they do not want us to be healthy. They figure we are going too fast as it is. But oh rich man, your days have come. Your fall have come, and no one will help you. They do not want to come near. They see the divine destruction, licking his tongue about you on all sides. They do not want to get near to you. Europe is standing far, and when I come near, she does not want anything of you. You will see your doom. She does not want any herself. Whom to the white slave master in hell, he lift up his eyes. The worst is yet to come. Okay, but the worst is yet to come. According to the radio and television, and according to individual conversation, and according to the conversation heard between the government's officials concerning the problems of trying to find a way to peace for the people, and a way to find a stoppage of the fall of the money markets and unemployment, and a stoppage to the revolution between the dissatisfied and the dissatisfied, and to find a way to be able to eat, keep the homeless from eating from his own labor. Pacification is offered, but does not satisfy. With nations rejecting peace offers, a nation laughing and making mock of you, ever seeking peace and friendship. As it is written, peace is desired more than fine gold. Now, to see all these things come into pass, things that we do not know that we will see. We did not know that we would see such a Goliath, such a giant falling. Goliath who have defiled the nation of earth, come out and fight with them, as Goliath did before Israel. Now they should make mock of that great giant of the earth, America. The sword within, the sword without. Trouble seemed to have no end. With tens of millions of free black slaves crying for freedom, justice, and equality from the white slave master. And the white slave master wanted to deceive the black slave and make promises that the white slave master does not intend to fulfill to free the black slave. And with the free black slave thinking that he would eat some crumbs of freedom, justice, and equality from his white slave master, the free black slave will be greatly deceived. The white slave master cannot free himself from his enemies, not to think of this white slave master free himself from the consequences of the dissatisfied world. So with the worst yet to come, I said to you, my black brothers and black sisters, fly to Allah. Come follow me. There are some intelligent white people who know and who will bear witness with me that the worst is yet to come. Look at Texas. There is a warden at Certain prison house who send the believers, Muslims, to the temple so that they may listen to the truth, which is their starvation today to accept the truth. I think that this is a very wise warden. It's like the Abel, the general, the Bible. The general knew that the Abel was wrong and that Elijah was right. The general took 400 of Elijah's followers and hid and fed them with the bread in order to save them from hunger while they was in captivity. I said to you leaders, remember the above says of this right, that the worst is yet to come. As the Bible teaches us, that a time will come that have never come before, and that those who understood, their hearts will be filling them with fear, and their eyes will go away in their holes. For looking at things that they saw coming on their people, the trouble, the destruction, and the pledge. Look at the earthquakes that are taking place. Those earthquakes on the way here. We are feeling the earth shaking on our feet across the country. And as the Holy Quran prophesies to us, you hear it coming from a distant place, with the beating, raging, and warring. You see, America be set all around now with trouble and destruction which have happened. America thought that she was immune to the trouble and destruction which are going on in other nations. Now the same trouble and destruction that you read of as happening in other countries, other nations, the same trouble and destruction with their evil and gruesome sounds are knocking on the door of America. Washington, D.C., the speech of May 20, 1959. The followers are excerpts from a speech I delivered before a gathering of well over 10,000 people at the Arena, Washington, D.C., Sunday, May 29, 1959. My people and I are here to fulfill a promise made long ago. I'm here to bring you the truth. I'm here with a solution to the problem of the so-called Negro and his white slave master. You are seeking something. You are seeking an answer to your 400-year-old problem of servitude slavery and fifth-class citizenship. I'm here with the solution to that problem. How good it is then for black brothers of like minds and similar burdens to get together for a spiritual feast. For more than 400 years, your plea for justice, freedom, equality, a decent place in the sun, have like thunder claps sounding in dark valleys of Lebanon, yet there have been no answer. Never in the history of human evil have so many asked for just so loud, so long, received return, so little, if anything, at all. The church have failed you. Christianity have failed you. The governments of America have failed you. You have not received justice from any court. As prophesied it, you, my fellow black man, are as sheep amongst wolves. And as it expected, every wolf is taking a bite at you. You approach the Senate, the House, the White House. You ask for justice, you get injustice. All our prayers have come to nothing because we have presented out of ignorance. We have not known the true God. See, we have not known who is our brothers. We have not known who is our enemy. We have not known who is God, nor have we known who is the devil. In a nutshell, we have not known the truth about God, the devil, until that truth is made plain to us. A prayer for justice will forever go unanswered. We will be the subject of succumb and laugh. By now, it should be ever so clear that the politics will no more solve our problems than it did the difficulties facing Israel during her bondage in Egypt. We have come to the paint of extinction. We must now adhere and make our reappraisal of our way of life if we care anything for ourselves, our life, our people, our race, the future of our property, wives, and children. Justice is a common thing, yet man has sought its meaning and substance since time begun. That justice was nothing more than the rich of the strongest members of society. Jesus equated justice with brotherhood. William Shakespeare saw it as a matter of mercy. I'm here to tell you that the justice is the eventual working out of the will of God as indicated in the fundamental principles of truth. Justice is. Now we see the weapon God will use to bring judgment upon the world, the purpose and consummation of his coming. Although we are the chosen of God when it comes to justice, the so-called American Negro are the most deprived people on the planet Earth. Have justice prevailed, there will be no need for a day of judgment to come today, to plead not to the unjust judges of the world, but to that just judge to give the black man of America justice. And that just judge is Allah God. We have come to an end of the days of the unjust judges. Even though it may offend some, you must know the truth of it all. The truth hurts the guilty. According to the saying of Jesus, the truth will make us free. The imperative needs is for a clear cut, a definition of that truth that will make us free. We must distinguish between the truth and the false so-called truth that had been handed down to us from generation by our slave masters. We have been falsely taught that the truth was the matter of Jesus' birth and death. And have been taught, and this is also false, that the truth is a revelation of Christianity. Neither of these is the truth. Neither of these will make you free. The truth to freedom is the knowledge of God, and the devil truth for yourself, others, and the religion of God. How mistake you are to assume that Jesus was the final words of truth. Jesus himself admitted he could not tell it all, yet he promised that God would send one who would not only reveal the ultimate truth, but who will reveal it to the people lying in the mud of ignorance and shame. Where the fool of the world will be the first to know that truth and to rise to this world. This is not called for offense. When God said he will reveal his truth to the fools of the world, it was a blessing and an insult to us, and all is named us his chosen people. Doubt it is that the problem of this black man in America has set off an air of troubling throughout the world. Till your problem is solved, there will not be peace for anyone. Today then is a new day drawing a new world. For the old days in the old world have passed away. The new day in the new world, if you please, cannot come into full meaning until justice comes to our people. The burden is not the oppressor alone. Much of it is upon us. Time have come when we must speak or die. Our leaders, the so-called leaders, are choked by fear. Such a leader is not worth the salt that lavish his bread. This fear is the root of their failure to tell you the truth. Now the truth must come out. We have misunderstood the Bible. You see, Christianity is a white man's religion, and it contains no starvation for the black man. For this very reason, the prayers of your preacher to the government meant the Father the Son, and the Holy Ghost have fallen on deaf ears of our people. Now I ask you, what good is Christianity to you and to me at that religion? And the God of that religion will not defend us against lynching and rape. Indeed, we will be a fool to believe in just such a religion and such a God, knowing that He will bestow all His blessings upon our enemies. We are taught to look forward to a starvation that does not exist. Christianity offers you starvation after death. You must go down into the earth and rot. That kind of starvation I don't want. I will not give you 2 cents for it. Any man that will work hard all his life praying to God and give him a home beyond the grave is a fool. Sorry if you think ill of me. But the truth is all I'm going to speak. The black man in America is in a terrible condition today. He is blind, confused, wondering about a high noon on Judgment Day. As Judgment Day was not here, instead of some remote hour to come, I will not be bringing you this message at this hour. Elijah is here because the day of judgment is here. What a sorry spectacle we make before God and the nation of the world. Here we are upwards of 20 million black Americans who have gave their blood, sweat, and service for 400 years in a vain hope that one day justice will be ours. When the Cold War sounded, the black soldiers stood. Plains of Europe, Asia, Africa, America had been fertilized by his blood. Yet the government of the nation from which he fought, and who caused he died, allowed his sons to be lynched, and then add salt to the wound by concealing the identity of the lynchers. More, the government seeks out the lynchers and then turn them over to their fellow men who share the lynchers' cause and motives. Our daughters and wife are lynched before our eyes. We see the government will not put a stop to it. They allow the lynchers to lynch you and me if we are charged with attempt to rape one of them. The lynchers live right next door, down the streets, up the alley, yet they are not brought to justice. All of this grief you and I must suffer, all these burdens we must bear. It is beyond comprehension that the American government's mistress of the seas, lord of the air, and conqueror out of space, a land and porous of the deep bottom of the ocean, is unable to defend us from assault, rape, murder on the streets of these jungles. What insane man could deny that it is now time that you and I take counsel amongst ourselves to the end of finding justice for ourselves? If we continue to accept these injustices, we are nothing but cowards. If we be cowards, then we ought to just go home, kill our wife, and then commit suicide. We kill the devil in Germany. We kill his brother for him. We kill our own brother for him. Yet we are without justice. We have nothing. Our sons and daughters are lynched, kicked, beaten, hung up in the sun, drowned in the river, in ponds, and lakes. Their bodies are found in the streets and on highways, in the bushes, killed by the very people whom they have slaved their life out to give comfort. When you stand up and speak a word on behalf of your own people, you are classified as a troublemaker. You are classified as a race hater and everything but good. How can you as the people ever be anything if you are going to crush out your leaders who try to seek justice for you, even at the cost of their own life? I, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, am classified as a race hater. What race and what teacher am I uttering that you can classify as a race hater? How can the devil say little Elijah Muhammad is teaching race hatred in the face of over 400 years of his hatred of you and me? God had revealed to me the truth of this race of people and yourself, and I tell you of it, and that's the truth. Don't say that I'm teaching race hatred. Just say I teach the truth. There is only one thing that I'm teaching today that is hatred. That is truth of the devil. That truth I don't know. Only God knows the truth of the devil. He has revealed it to me. If that is not the truth, let the devil tell God. It is just that the truth have come to you people without the knowledge of the truth, deceived and misled by a wise, wicked scientist. I'm here with the truth from God Almighty, and for that truth I will give my life. I will not hide that truth to introduce me to falsehood. I won't mix it up with falsehood. I said to you, my beloved brothers and sisters of injustice, if you only reflect on what is said from the mouth of Elijah, you're not taken for insult. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. Thank you. Make sure you guys come in tomorrow. I'm gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. Finish up my studies. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So then, salon to you. Salon.